Hey, it's Bitty Penny. Welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are doing great today. We're going to have some fun with my scraps. Um, I have this little pile here left, and this weekend I don't know what day it was. It wasn't Christmas Eve, I don't think. But one of those days, I made some master boards with my scraps. And now today I want to tackle all these little pieces and I'm going to make some ATCs. But we're going to start with master boards and I'll explain my thought process behind all of it. And we'll just have a little fun today. So here are, I wanted to show you first the master boards that I made this weekend. These are on 8.5 by 11 paper. I really typically like to make my master boards on 12 by 12, but 8.5 by 11 is great too because I can turn these into journal covers. I did my master boards on just like Michael's cardstock. I think is what most of this paper is. Sometimes I have a pile of mystery paper in my craft room, and so sometimes I'll use those for my master boards. But yeah, I thought these were all lovely combinations of my scraps, just taking them and gluing them down. I do kind of group them in color families when I do master boards. So you'll notice like this one, for instance, has a lot of that kind of coral and orange. And I actually did use 3 of my last pieces of this paper and then some neutrals with it. So, and then these kind of coordinate. So yeah, and then this one has like a lot of pink and blue. This kind of has a mixture of dark colors. This goes back to rose and orange and pink, and it has blue throughout. So I do kind of think about that when I'm going through my scraps to make my master boards. So I made 5 of those. So now essentially I have 5 journal covers. When I'm ready to make a journal, I'll grab these, whatever theme journal I'm doing, I'll use one of the patterned papers from it for the inside, and then this will be my cover. So yay for that. It's a great way to use your scraps. The thickness of that paper is good as of right now because I could go on and sew on it if I wanted to. So this was all the scraps that I had left after making those boards. And this is that pile that I was talking about that was like huge. It was filling a whole cubby. And this is all that's left. So I'm really excited because I emptied a cubby before the new year. I thought all of these little pieces would be really good for ATC, to make ATC master boards. And the reason why is because ATCs, artist trading cards, are small. So you need a master board that has lots of little pieces. That way if I were to cut this up for an ATC, it's 2 inches by 3 inches. You wouldn't get, these would be beautiful ATCs, but it wouldn't get a variety of patterns. I'm wanting to cut the paper down small and get a variety of patterns. So let me grab a piece of paper. I'm just going to be using this Paper Studio paper, which I think might be a little thinner than the Michaels paper. So this is Paper Studio, I think is Hobby Lobby. But I like them. I like both. For different reasons, I like both of them. I hope you guys had a really great holiday with your families, whether it was Hanukkah or Christmas, whatever. Either one, I hope it was fun. Let me say hi to everyone in the chat. Everyone's here. I was afraid everybody would be sleeping in. I did. I slept in a little bit. Hey, Sala. Hi, Kim. Hey, Susan. Hey, Messy Palette. Good evening to you. Hi, Rhonda Lane. Good evening to you, dear. How are you doing? Hi, Sharon Sullivan. Oh, we had a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. Thanks for asking, Sharon. It was so great. Um, Fun was had by all. Now, my enchiladas did not turn out the way I wanted them to, but everything else was great. Everything else was really great. The carnitas were a hit. The enchiladas, the sauce, the gravy was good, but it was, for me, it was a pass. Unfortunately, because you know they take the longest, the most work. But I should have made them the way my mom used to make them. And I decided to go with the internet. The internet was wrong this time. Did anybody catch the Craft Roulette slideshow? The 24-hour marathon of Craft Roulette slideshow yesterday? That was really fun. Did you know I'm going to be on Craft Roulette this Friday? That's right. I'm crafting with Mary on Friday. I'm so excited. I hope y'all will come hang out with us. Hi, Miss Vicki Reuter. Hi, Beth. Good morning. Hey, Flo. Beth, did you get your package? I mean, your card, your package. Did you get it? I sure hope so. I was trying to get it there by Christmas. I mailed it last week. Thin cardstock. Yeah, and this one's pretty thin. Like, pretty thin stuff. And I agree. I like thinner cardstock for masterboards. You know what I really like to use? Old calendars, because they're 12 by 12. Most of them. You know, a typical run-of-the-mill calendar. It's thin. You can't, you know, it's really no good to us. Not much good to us after the year has passed. So I like to use calendars and cover those. Ooh, I like this side better. So I'm going to use just all this thin strips of paper. Oh no, Stella. Times are hard, that's for sure. But bummer. Well, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know what to say other than I'm sorry. Did you all get together and make memories? Did you all get together and eat and see one another? Now on this one, I'm not going to really worry too much about like, I really want to focus on using up the small strips. I'm going to put this one to the side. That one's a little big. I really want to focus on using up these for these ATCs. The white elephant was fun. We had fun with the white elephant. Did anybody else do a white elephant? Sella, maybe that's something, do you know what the white elephant is? Maybe that's something you can suggest for next year. It's a fun game. And just each person who wants to participate in white elephant brings a gift, and y'all can set a dollar amount, like $10 or less, or something old to be somebody else's something new kind of thing. So it's really not about, you know, or it could be all handmade. a white elephant with everything has to be handmade. You know, you get to pick the rules that y'all play by. Maybe you can suggest that for next year. You watch, hi Paula. You watched part of both episodes. That's wonderful. Yeah, I put it on the TV while I was cooking, and it was just delightful. It was wonderful to see that. Hey, Jennifer. How many of y'all had a white Christmas? There was fake snow at the Christmas Eve service we went to. It doesn't count, I don't think, but there was fake snow there. And it was a nice gesture. Now, when you're making a master board, don't worry. Just keep going. Just keep swimming. Just keep going. And even if you think, like if you get it all covered and you think, this just isn't doing it for me, wait till you cut it up. Don't judge it until you finally cut it up and turned it into something. I like master boards because it's a way to take, you know, your scraps and turn them into whole new sheets of paper. I think that's kind of fun thing. You take all these little bitty things, you know, all these teeny tiny little scraps, and you are going to have another 8.5 by 11 sheet of patterned paper to play with. So yeah, I really like master boards. They make really interesting cards. You can make journaling cards for journals. You can make pockets. You can make belly bands. There's just so many possibilities. It's like any other piece of paper in the way of like as many ways as you can think of to use a regular piece of patterned paper, you can use master boards. This one's going to be super funky because I'm really choosing to, you know, use up these little bitty scraps. But you could tell if you give it just a little bit of thought, you'll be able to put bigger pieces together as well. Those actually don't take any thought at all. The only thing you think about is maybe color and size. When you're working with sizes, I like to put my biggest pieces down. So let's say I had these 3 pieces. These would go great together. But let's say I had these 4 pieces. I would put down the largest ones first and then work in the smaller ones. So, you know, I just kind of think about color. I definitely think about size. So for instance, with this one, I like to sometimes take care of my 4 corners first. So I just did my 4 corners, and then I'm kind of working in different sizes. So this one's super thin, and it goes the full length, which is kind of cool. Let's put it right here. Actually, let's see. Let me think about how I'm going to cut this piece of paper. I kind of meant to do this. Now's the time to make the change. I meant to work on this one going vertically because I think when I'm done cutting, they're all going to go vertically. So let's just do that now. I'm going to start working with it this way. I'm going to bring in a couple more of larger pieces. I have some squares and different things. I'm going to work these in. Actually, I'll put this one down here. Maybe put that one right there. There we go. Yeah, let me work these in and catch up with you guys. Oh, good. Oh, cool. I'm so glad, Beth. Did Sophie like hers? Was she surprised? Well, I'll read your message. I'll look it up I'll look at Instagram. I didn't even have my phone with me yesterday. In fact, this morning I woke up and it has 10% battery. I'm the kind of person, I'm just all in. I try to be really present in the moment, but then that makes me really absent for other things. I don't know if it's just, if I'm in a room full of people, I don't even think about having a phone. You know, I just don't. So I miss messages. And last night it was late. Well, it wasn't late because I fell asleep at 8 o'clock on the couch. I was wiped out. But I realized, oh my gosh, I didn't even message my brothers because I just get so caught up in what's right in front of me. It's not that I don't think of everyone, because I do. We were hosting. So, my family cooked all of Thanksgiving food because we were traveling. And then so for Christmas, I hosted, and let's use that side. And I cooked all the food and we hosted here at our house. So, the whole morning was just getting ready and doing all of that. And then everyone shows up and have hours of fun. Played some table tennis last night and I passed out on the couch. So I'm just going to work in some of these bigger pieces. And then we'll work back to the smaller pieces. And there's probably enough scraps on my desk to probably make like 3 full sheets of these. Me too, Rhonda Lane. I hope that all of y'all had just a nice, relaxing holiday. And nice and quiet and relaxing. Good, Rhonda. New curtains. Good. Well, that's great, Sala. I'm still putting some of the bigger pieces to the side. Ooh, that piece will match. Bigger pieces off to the side. I'm just trying to deal with these smaller pieces and these thin strips. These might work. I don't think I want that one. This will work. That's just plain. This is what I'm wanting to use up, are all these like branding strips. Yes, I save a lot of them. And this is why, because I know I can use them in a master board. I can use them on a card. This side. See, I mean, we are going to fill up this page fast with just these little strips. So I'm going to take this bigger piece out. All right, so let's put all this in. Let's work all this in. Let's put that piece right there, or right here. Oh, that's better. Put it right there. Right here, it was going to cover other papers, which is not bad. I don't mind that at all. But this, it just looks like it's the perfect fit right here. So I'll put it right there. Now, sometimes I do trim pieces down to fill in gaps and things. If I just like a pattern in a particular place, I will trim it down to make it work. Right now, I'm just I'm looking for gaps that I can fill in, like that one right there. And it's totally fine for your papers to overlap. That piece I think is a little big still. We're just working with these smaller pieces. So let's see. I think I'll separate this one. This is the branding strip still attached to a part of the paper. But all I need is just half of it to cover this white area right here. Perfect. Perfect. Then, what else? I like this darker maroon. I'm just going to pop that right there. It's going to be so fun to cut this up, you guys. I'm going to show you how to cut an 8.5 by 11 to get ATC cards, and then tell you what you can do with the scraps. So now I'm wishing I had a couple, let's see, ooh, let's put a little bit of this right here. So this is where I'll bring in my ruler and start kind of making some tears and making some pieces fit. If you don't want to tear your paper with a ruler, you can just cut it with your trimmer. But now I'm just filling in the gaps. Hey, Frugality. How's it going? Miss Lindaville, did I say hi to you? It was awesome yesterday. Mr. Producer, what a nice guy. He did that for everyone. This little piece. Let's see if we can work this little piece. Too big there. Could go here. We'll put it in there. Here, let's put another little piece under it first. Let's put this piece here. I hope he was able to automate that process. Otherwise, I can only imagine how long that took to put together if it wasn't automated. We need like a square piece to go right here. And I thought I had more squares. I've got another one of these. Oh, maybe one of these. Oh, maybe we'll just put that one right there. All right, you guys, we're almost to the cutting part, which is going to be the fun part. Now we're just filling in gaps. I know, I cut a different piece to go here, didn't I? Oh, it was this, I think it was this one I was going to put right there. Well, now I've got another piece in my hand. It was a foggy Christmas for Vicky. Brown foggy Christmas for Paula. I think, Paula, are you, what state do you live in, Paula? Vicky's in Oklahoma. I thought you were maybe in the same, I thought maybe you were in Oklahoma as well. I could be wrong. Okay, we have 2 white spots to fill in. This one and this one. Let's put that blue there. I'm not even going to trim it. I'm just going to overlap it. Hot Christmas, messy palette. The only thing white was the whipped cream on the Pavlova. What is Pavlova again? Is that does that have like pastry and nuts and honey? Is it kind of like that? Kind of like baklava? I'm gonna have to look it up. Oh, and Rhonda, okay, it's an Australian thing. Is that an Aussie original? I've heard of it. I just don't remember what it is exactly. Okay, now master boards like this, when you're using the tiniest of pieces, take longer than a master board where you're using the larger pieces. But I know this is a thing of beauty. Maybe not everyone can see it, but this is a thing of beauty. I love it just like this. And look, we worked through those scraps. And at any point I could decide, okay, girl, you used your scraps, you can throw these away. But I think what I'll probably do is use the last bit, because look, we put aside the big scraps. So here's all the big pieces, and then we still have all these little, I could at least make probably 2 more. I'll probably make 2 more sheets of masterboard, and then I'll call it quits on that pile. I even have these scraps from the other day. I'll put those in on it too. From when we were making that set of scrappy cards with the birds on them. That's what these scraps are from. Let me just tear off this white part. This part can go in our scraps though. Okay. Yeah, so definitely have enough there for probably 2 more sheets, but we're going to go ahead and take this sheet now that we've made together, and we're going to turn it into ATC cards. And so let's do that. An artist trading card is 2 by 3. It's just a fun little card to trade out with friends. to send in happy mail, to leave as random acts of kindness. Some people collect them. They like when you go to a crop or a art class, a lot of people, the students will trade them with each other. They're trading cards. When we had a class in person, I cannot believe that was 2 years ago, with Debbie and Letty, we encouraged everyone to bring artist trading cards and they all traded them with each other. It's just really fun. You can put your information on the back. Um, it's actually 2.5 by 3.5. I had to double check my measurements there. Okay, so if it's 2.5 by 3.5, then let's see. In my head, it was 2 by 3, but that's too small. It's 2.5 by 3.5. I'm just trimming some of the overhang. There we go. I just had it in 2 spots. Frugality is life. They had a white Christmas with all the debris left over, all the wrapping paper and everything. Oh, she was very surprised. Oh, good. Yeah. Paula asked, do you ever use the cut aparts you don't love on your masterboards? Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Or if I have a page, Paula, a lot of times, 12 by 12 pattern papers come with that big design. And what are you going to do with that as like a card maker or journaler? I'll masterboard on top of it. So if there's paper that I don't necessarily like or think that I'll use in a paper pad, I'll masterboard on top of it. Absolutely. Okay, so 2.5 and 2.5 is 5, and 2.5 more is 7.5. So if we cut our paper to 2.5 on the 8-inch side, we'll be able to get 3 strips. So let's do that. So there's a strip. Here's a strip, and then 2.5 again. Okay, so this little strip right here, we could put on the border of a page in a junk journal. It could be a very thin belly band or something if you wanted it to, or you could use it to decorate the insides of your cards. But you could also just take this strip and put it on the side and decorate the edge of your junk journal page. So let's just do that real quick. I use this glue. Oh, Sala, I am so sorry. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because I can just hear your eyes roll. Oh my gosh. I'm catching up on your comments. So you can border a page with that. Now, let's turn these in this way. Messy palette. She said the only thing I got for Christmas was fat. Well, Messy, there's nothing special about that. I feel like I'm doing that every day. Not to burst your bubble. 3.5. I'm cutting these to 3.5 as I laugh, you guys. Okay, so we've got 2.5 by 3.5. This is on the 11-inch side. And this is the scrap that we'll have left over from each of those 3 pieces. Look how beautiful those are. I just think they're lovely. And because we used the small strips, we were able to get lots of variety in the in that small space. In the 2.5 by 3.5 space, we were able to get a ton of variety, and that's because we used all those little pieces of paper. So instantly, this artist trading card to me is interesting and fun to look at and fun to take in all the little bits and pieces of paper. And there we have it. Yes. You could put, we're going to decorate these. We are definitely going to decorate these together. These, I'll just chunk them, but you could, I'll show you another thing that you could turn them into if you wanted. If you want to use every bit of it. That's fun. Now see, I did do my paper in a directional way because I knew I wanted these all to be vertical once I had them cut down. You can have horizontal. You can make an artist trading card and it be horizontal. That's not a problem. But I just knew I wanted mine to be vertical because of what I want to put on them and how I want to decorate them. But some of them are non-directional. Just depends on the paper that you're using. And there we have it. That's the last one. So from one sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper, we were able to get, I think, 9. Yeah, 9 artist trading cards from one sheet of paper. So there they are in all of their masterboard glory. Oh, nice. Now these, I'm just gonna toss these. Okay, it's okay. Everything's all right. But this larger piece you could combine with other papers and make a, what did she call them? I think a twisted tangle, where you take like different small pieces of scraps and you punch a hole in them and you put them on Donna over at Twisted Paper Studios came up with this. So you just take little scraps, and then you don't have to punch a hole in them, but you can, and then you make them dangle. Make a little dangly bit of your scraps that you can add to your journals. And then you can take like a bulb pen like this, and you can add as many scraps as you want. But if you just have a really hard time parting with your scraps, you can do this. And so you punch a hole, you put a bulb pen in, and then you can put some, maybe your favorite papers or something together. And then you can put this on a page or on a dangle or something. All right, let's work on these. I'm going to lay them out. We can put focal points on them. Got an odd number here. I'm kind of tempted to get out my red lead stamps and use those. Mild, damp like today. Susan put in the order for snow, but it didn't get processed. Oh, good. You got what did you mean? Oh, good. I'm so glad. It is hilarious, Beth. It's a great game. I've put it away or I'd bring it in here. We got a murder mystery game set like in Roman times. Um for the for us to play. I've never played one. So that's what we got this year, game wise. A different kind of choice for us. Okay, I just grabbed a handful of stamps from my red lead stack. I've got these three little girls saying their good night prayers. This adorable girl, and I love she faced the world with a loving heart. I just love this one. Again, red lead paperworks. I got this one. This is a deep red. That's the name of the company. A guardian angel, a mason jar, a bird's nest, another little fairy, and then these keys. These keys would be cool. We should use these too. All right, so let's just have some fun stamping, and we'll add some of these to our artist trading cards. I laid those out for no good reason other than you got to see them. All right, let's stamp some of these up. The keys I'm going to stamp on normal paper, I think. Or do I want to stamp them on tissue paper? Maybe I'll stamp them on tissue paper. And stamp the girls on normal paper? Oh, I don't know. Let me grab some tissue. Okay, you can get tissue from different places. It can be the wrapping kind of tissue. I know, all that stuff y'all threw in the trash yesterday. Or when you separate napkins and you keep the extra layers, which I do, when you have a napkin like this, and they have multiple ply, 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever number it is, and you separate it, I actually keep the layers. Is my tape back in here yet? Hold on. Hold on. I just grab a piece of Scotch tape because I get too frustrated trying to separate these things. And I do it like this. There we go. That gets it started. So I wanted you to see what I'll actually be stamping on. So I just separate these layers. And I keep these more plain back layers too, because this will be great. We can make our own decorative napkin with our stamps. So when I separate these, and I use this on a journal or whatever project I'm working on, and then I keep these in a pile, see? And then that way I can make some of my own. decorative tissue. Okay, so let's do that. Let's stamp on some of this. Yes, we are. You're not spoiling anything, Sala. Not for a second. You're talking to a bunch of people who get it, understand, and support you, and we're just laughing. Oh, I was laughing, not at you. I was just laughing with you. Okay. I'm liking this silicone mat. I got this at the Dollar Tree, and I am liking it for stamping on it. It like gives just enough give. It's been good. It's been good. Okay, now I am gonna, here's the thing. Y'all always see me use Distress Oxide, but in this case, I need to use archival inks. So I'm gonna get out my archival inks and stamp these keys in archival ink. And the reason being because I have to, well, I don't have to, but I'm gonna glue these down with Mod Podge, I think. And I don't want the color to bleed onto my project. So this will make it permanent. If you don't have archival inks, dye inks will work too, just like regular dye inks. I have a few from My Favorite Things and Lawn Fawn. Those would work too. I just have a couple from each of those companies. A couple of unique colors. There we go. We'll do those in pink. We'll change it up and do some in green too. Oh, the holidays can be hard for many, Beth. That's right. But it's over. You survived. And on to the new year. So give yourself some grace. That is right. Thank you, Beth. 100% agree with you. I'm going to stamp them this way so I can stamp one more time over here. I was going to do a different color, but I just did this color again. And I might even stamp some of these on paper. This is silicone, so you don't have to worry about getting, you know, your ink on it. It'll easily wipe up. All right, so we have some keys, some tissue keys. We'll play with those. Let's stamp some keys on paper too. I guess I'll just keep going with this pink color. I don't even know what color this is. It's not my favorite. It's called Rose Madder, so I thought I would love it. But I don't, to be honest. But I have it and a ring inker, so I put these silly cat stamps on the back of my ink pads that I know if I have a re-inker for them. I don't know, it's just a little red for me. Whoops. Now, this is supposed to look distressed, so this is all inking and everything is performing exactly as it's intended. These are, the design of the stamp is that the keys are distressed. You know, they're not supposed to stamp solid. These would be really cool in like a rusty color. We'll stamp some in a rusty color too. But I'm gonna go ahead and do a little more of this Rose Madder. threw that one down there. All right. We've got keys for days, don't we? We've got options on keys too. Keys on tissue, keys on cardstock, and we're about to have rusty keys. Let's do some rusty keys. Looking for a rusty hinge. Can't be too far away. Here it is. Let's do rusty hinge and a little bit of like a patina with it too. Oh boy, I'm getting lost in the key stamp. Now, this is the Distress Oxide, but we're not on tissue paper, so that's fine. I'm just gonna use a scrap piece of paper here. Beautiful. Then we could go in and add like a patina to it. I doubt I can stamp it. I think since I'm double stamping, I should have put this on a stamp positioning tool. So we're gonna get some mixed results here. I'm not gonna stamp it fully. I'm only gonna tap it a couple of times and get like a real hit and miss application. And then I'm gonna try my very best to line this thing up. Just be prepared for it to be off. Yep, but that's okay. Because if I cut it out, I'll just cut off the pieces that are not quite lining up. And it just gives that little bit of, we can do it again with another color. If I cut them out following the rusty hinge color, it won't really matter that I didn't line it up very well. Let's use some frayed burlap. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna do a little, not too much. This would be so much better in a stamp positioning tool, just saying. That'll work. That'll work though. It's starting to look like some old keys. I like that. Set that off to the side. Okay, I'm done with the keys. Let's stamp some dolls and other things. Hi, Angela. Good morning. I know. Sella, if I could come there and hug you, I would. I know. Isn't it wonderful meeting all these new people? Angela's in New Jersey. Hope you had a good holiday, Angela. Oh, it's a European original. Yeah, okay. I always liken it to baklava, but I could be completely wrong. The pavlova. Oh, it's originally from England. No, I have no clue. Ronta Lane. But that makes sense. Well, that makes perfect sense. It's Australian, but the New Zealanders will try to fight us for ownership. Peppermint crisp chocolate. Yum. Some trade ATC cards. Yeah, at stamp shows and conventions. Absolutely, Paula. Yeah, Linda, that is good morning, Linda. That is a wonderful idea to cover old playing cards like ATCs, and they're the perfect size. Yeah, absolutely. You could totally do that. And you could turn them into a pocket letter. I happen to have Nikki's pocket letter to me handy. So this is a pocket letter for those who don't know what a pocket letter is. This is what Nikki made for me and sent to me. And so, yeah, you can take those and put them in pocket letters and decorate them up. So here's the way she's decorated hers. Super adorable. Absolutely love it. She's used buttons, wax seals, die cuts, stickers, stamps, these wooden pieces, resin pieces, just anything goes. And then a pocket letter. Well, everyone is different, but Nikki Jane gave me glitter and ribbon and pearls and buttons and embellishments and scraps of paper and ATC cards. See, so that's what a pocket letter is. So yeah, there's a lot of use you can get out of these. Jay's here. Hi, Jay. Merry Christmas to you, buddy. How you doing? So good to see you. Keep thinking it's Sunday. I know, right? Yeah, it's not. I actually have to work today, but I've got time. I'm working today and tomorrow, but not too much, and I'm not working this weekend, so that is wonderful. Okay, so that keys that I stamped all off, I want to just show you real quick that they can be saved. It's okay that they were kind of off. We're going to follow the original full stamped image, which was the rusty hinge, as my cutting guide. But it still would be better in a stamp positioning tool. But they can be saved. Not all is lost with my terrible stamping. I just cannot stamp over things. I'm just awful at it. I've always been awful at it. Even with clear stamps, I can't line them up. If I don't get it right the first time, I'm going to have to fill it in, do something, re-stamp it, tell my perfectionist to be quiet, the inner perfectionist. Oh, cool. Yeah, we have that game, Jay. Quirkle. It's a fun one. We like that game. Well, I particularly love to play board games. I don't know if you've been here for it before, Jay, but I think it'd be fun to be a part of like a board game and dessert society. To start a community group. And you just get together like once a month and play board games and eat dessert. Sounds like a group of people I want to hang out with at least once a month. Everybody bring a dessert. If you can't have sugar, you're still invited. Bring some protein. Be a good influence on the group. Okay, so we've got those rusty keys, and I, of course, I'm going to cut out that center piece. I can't handle that. That will be cut out. But yeah, we've got some keys. I want to stamp out some of these girlies. Maybe a bird's nest. This would be cool on acetate. That's what I was originally thinking, was stamping this on acetate. Again, I need an archival ink for that too. And anytime you stamp on acetate, just, you know, take it easy. It's easy to smear it, so I'm grabbing my scrap of acetate. I remembered where I put it. You guys proud of me? I was telling y'all to remind me, but I remembered. Let's stamp it with this beautiful blue, this Seafarer blue. Oh, that's pretty. ink it up real nice. You can apply pressure, but you just don't want to shift it any which way because it will smear and get everywhere. I'm gonna let that ink transfer onto the acetate. Taps, lift straight up. Got most of it. Missed one little spot over here, but it'll be fine. Now, this will take a little while to dry. You can get some acetate that you can heat. This is not one of them. But we have a mason jar now on acetate in that pretty blue color. Isn't that lovely? So that's what I was thinking of for this. I don't know if it'll be dry in time for us to use it today. 44. That's cold. Not too cold, but that's cold. Paper scraps tend to attract the kitties. I bet they do, Jay. They probably like playing with them as much as I do. Let's put one of these mason jars on the tissue. Let's just create a variety of options. So when we finally go to put everything on the ATC, you know, we've got options and choices and things. I like the idea of it being on the tissue because when we put that down with the Mod Podge, we'll still be able to see all of our beautiful masterboard behind it. Yeah, Jay, I make my own, you know, tissue. If you stamp an archival ink, you know what else? You can also use acrylic paint, not with your, well, I mean, you can use them with your stamps if you're very good about cleaning them right away, but you can just use your stencils and acrylic paint too, and then, you know, then you can Mod Podge that down too. Or paste. There we go. We've got mason jars on tissue. Let's get some more stuff. I just want a few more. Hey, Ava Lee, good morning. Oh yeah, and you can add it to a candle. Yep. Thanks for reminding me, Paula. That's so right. Yeah, you can pick up some like Dollar Tree white candles or wherever you want to get your candles from and stamp on tissue and put them on. All right, let's get a different color for the bird's nest. Let's see how my dye ink does, because maybe y'all don't have archival ink. So let's use my my Lawn Fawn Dough. I love this color. It's one of my favorite brown colors. Let's get a few bird's nest. We may, you know, we're not going to use all these today, obviously, but once I start getting going on decorating the ATCs, I just want to have plenty of options. Yes, heat the candle slightly with your heat gun and then apply the tissue. You don't necessarily want to glue it on because, you know, you're burning, the candle's melting. You don't want an adhesive on there. But y'all have seen me do that to a glass jar. You know, the tall like the Dollar General has those $2 candles that are in a glass jar and it's all white. There's no decoration on it. You can use your printables and your tissue on those. I've done it with Sala's Halloween kit. We did that here. And we decorated the glass jar. And with that, I did use the Mod Podge. Okay, so we got a few birds' nests. All right, I'm gonna stamp up a couple of girls, and then we're good to go. I think this is the sentiment I'm going to use today. She faced the world with a loving heart. I love that sentiment. So let's put this off to the side. Let's stamp this little darling. We'll do her in pink. Oh, Ava, I know. You said you're exhausted, but great. Ditto, girlfriend. Ditto. That's the holidays for you. I still can't get over Bitty Penny using those scissors to fussy cut. Yes, ma'am. That's how I get down. Let's do her in brown too. All right. And then I'm going to stamp her on paper too. Split Coast has a tutorial on adding stamped tissue paper to candles. Awesome. Split Coast stampers. Nice. Thanks, Paula. Michelle, hello. It's 28. Brr. That's cold, Michelle. So glad you're here. Move some things out of my way. Oh boy, that might not. Oh, it worked. That was a little precarious. We'll stamp her in a few colors. We'll get a little bit of a rainbow to choose from. I love that color. Evergreen Bough from Timmy. It is such a nice color. Okay, after I stamp her in these last few colors, we're gonna start cutting these out and putting them and decorating some of these ATCs. We don't have to decorate all of them today, but we'll just get going. This is just the most efficient way to, like I have 9 ATCs that we made this morning with our master board. So you kind of want to do things like when you're mass making in an assembly line kind of style. So you make your ATC, background, your master board, cut it up, stamp everything out, then assemble everything, and it goes a little quicker. Now we've got options on her. She comes in many colors. Okie dokie. Let's do this. I saw Stamper Girl Dahlia show that silicone mat trick as a cushion for when you're using your stamp blocks, and I just love it. I love that little trick. So we got a lot to play with. I don't think I need to cut out any more of these right now, but they do exist. They are there. Let's play with some of the tissue, because that would be the next thing to go down on our little ATCs. Is the mason jar too big? Ooh, it's just right. Just right. Okay, so let's do one of these with the mason jar. I'm going to go ahead and trim out the tissue. Just go all the way to the edge on this one. You don't have to. You can trim the tissue just to the mason jar if you wanted to. I'll show you. We can go straight just to the mason jar edge and make it more like just a little piece of ephemera. And then we'll get the full color of our masterboard background. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna grab my Mod Podge and a silicone brush. I think I'm gonna put it on a different one because of the blue here and the blue there. I feel like it's gonna get lost, whereas if I put it over here, it won't. So let's put it on this one. Hi, Esther. How are you? Oh my gosh, Barbie. I haven't seen you in so long. How you doing? Merry Christmas. Barbie, I was trying to get a package together for you, but it's not here yet. So it's going to be a New Year's package, my dear. I will let you know. I'll reach out to you on Instagram when it's on its way. I was really hoping it would be here Monday, but it's not. I hope you had a good holiday with the fam. Ooh, that's a little high. Let me try to pull it up before it's stuck. Stuck like Chuck. All right. That'll be fine. We're gonna make it work. And I'm just gonna tap it down like Happy Gilmore. Just tap it in. And this is why you want to work with like a permanent ink, because if this was the oxide, it would be all smearing everywhere. The ink would. But there we go. Another layer to the ATC, and I like it, the tissue being a layer, because you can still see the paper behind it. You know, we took all that time making this masterboard. We don't want to cover it all up, but with the tissue, it doesn't cover it all up, it just covers up some of it. So let's fussy cut out a key. I'm a little behind on comments today. I'm getting caught up here, you guys. I stopped it, and that is when I get behind, is when I stop it. So when I stop it, it doesn't scroll again. I have to move it manually, and that's how I get behind. It took me a while to figure that out, but that's what was happening. But that indeed is what is happening. Oh, Barbie, I think it's perfect that you've been here and I'm using the red lead. I'm not going to worry about cutting the keyhole out for the tissue version of the key. Oh, this one says doors on it. Ha! Shaky, shaky. I need to eat. I don't think I had dinner last night. We had a lunch around 1 or 2, and I think that was my last meal. Pretty sure that's why I'm so shaky. I can't eat when I first wake up, though. Then I need a couple hours. Okay, it kind of looks like a key. It kind of doesn't, but we know it's a key. Let's do a couple more. These are so fun. Let's see. I'm just kind of picking ones that maybe don't have as much going on. What about the bird's nest on this one? Let's put the bird's nest. Okay, besides your scissors, there's another way to deal with this tissue. And that is with a water brush or just a paintbrush dipped in water. You don't have to have a water brush for this. But you just want a wet brush, a clean wet brush. And you can trace around your image. And then you just tear it away from the tissue. And I did go ahead and add some water just to those out to this, just to remove a little extra tissue. And that's what you can do. You can kind of clean them up that way. If you want it closer to the image, with less tissue around. You can get as fussy as you want, just like with fussy cutting. There we go. All right, let's put this on this one. That's the one I'd pulled out for it. Let's put this bird's nest down. This time, instead of going on the tissue, I'm just going to go directly to the card. There's always more than one way to do these kinds of things. Just find one that you like that works for you. This is kind of getting lost in here a little bit. That's okay. We'll come back over it with a girly and it'll be fine. She'll fix it right up. But yeah, that bird's nest is getting a little bit lost in there. Okay. Linda Tomlin, hi, how are you, Linda? Merry Christmas, good to see you. Glad you're here. And Valerie, hey Valerie. So good to see you all. Okay, we're gonna let this one's pretty much dry. I didn't put a ton of Mod Podge on top of it, so that's cool. Let's fussy cut up a couple of these girls. You could color them if you wanted. You could stamp them out on patterned paper and paper piece their little dresses too. Barbie sent me some of the dresses Y'all see me use them. Where she stamped out the dresses on patterned paper. Cut them out. I think I've used almost all of them. Kwanzaa cards. Linda, that is an awesome idea. Kwanzaa is nice. That is a wonderful idea. I love the different days of Kwanzaa. See, we're going to put her right there over that bird's nest. And then you'll just see the leaves, which is the only part that you could really see anyways. So let's just go ahead and plop her right there. And I left my glue open. Bookish Mama Budgets, Lindsay, hi. How you doing? I need to get back into the budgeting thing. I've been on hiatus, but doing good. Hope you're doing well and that your family had a wonderful holiday. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, I thought my husband had to go to work, but I hear the soccer game on, so I guess not. Maybe not. Oh, I should have cut between her two legs there. Oh, well. It's an ATC. We're going to keep going, but there's that one. And these ones that don't have any, put a green girl on here. I could come back later if I wanted to color these in or just leave them. We're going to put some sentiments on them. And we'll put some embellishments. Put lace, sequins, wax, buttons. Just whatever your heart desires. Enamel drops, stickers. It's your artist trading card. You can put anything on there you want. I've always thought it would be so cool to use artist trading cards as my business cards. As like my calling card as a paper crafter. She's just so cute there. And our sentiment can go on the other side, because usually on the other side you'll put your name, you can title the artist trading card, things like that. So she faces the world with a loving heart, I think was our sentiment that I wanted to use. Yep, she faced the world with a loving heart. That's what we're going to put on these. Whoops, let me put some glue there. I ruffled her ruffle. Oh, cool. A use it or lose it theme. Cool. That sounds fun. I wish I could craft in the evening. I can't. My brain, I have no creativity and my brain is done in the evening. I become a vegetable. After about 7. I mean, last night I was asleep on the couch by 8. The last couple of nights I've been going to bed really early and sleeping in. I think my body has needed some downtime and rest. I'm fully taking advantage of it. Let's get all my trash off the desk. What do you say? All right, we could put this lovely little girl with the key over here. We're going to cover up the word doors, but we knew it was there. It doesn't really look like a key anymore anyways. Let's do it. This is a low risk paper craft. You can't really make that many mistakes. Low risk, high reward, I would say, because they're just so fun. And if you don't know what to do with these, you can always just put them in with a card. If you send cards. All right. Let's put something in here. We'll go here pretty soon. Let's see. I've got this little, let's put one of these little praying babies in there. Good. Oh, cool. Oh my gosh, that is so awesome. I'm so glad you did that. Did you have fun working with the paper bag journals? I mean, I think they're so fun because you don't get too caught up in the materials. Like, oh, I don't want to mess this up. You know, like it, again, low risk, high reward crafting. And you made them for your homeschool group. That is so awesome. My son is homeschooled and I wish I could find groups. I have the hardest time. I'm in Texas and it is just so hard to find homeschool groups. It's a total bummer. But it's true. It's really hard to find them. And he's in high school. He needs that. He needs the groups. I just wanted one of the girls. And this one's separated enough from the pack that I can add her in. I'm so glad you were inspired by that and you got crafty. That is awesome. That just makes my day. I mean, hello, I know you're crafty, but like, you know, you were able to make some gifts. I'm gonna try to leave her wisp of hair and eyelashes. I won't edit those out. There we go. Cute little darling. Isn't she cute? When I was little, oh my goodness, I prayed every night. I was so devout in my prayer time at night before bed as a little girl. So when I saw this stamp set, I just had to have it. It just reminded me of my childhood. Okay, so there's that one. I just kind of put her in that little mason jar and we can still see the butterfly, especially once the Mod Podge dried through the napkin. We can see that butterfly. All right, let's just embellish those. I still have all of these left over that I can decorate later. And of course, I have all that stuff that we stamped out that I could decorate with. But let's just focus on these four for now and embellish them a bit more. So I've got these keys that I stamped out on regular paper. Let's see if I can put a few of them in. Oh yeah, and we have the rusty keys too over here. So they're an option. That one's a little big. Let's get a smaller one. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is what I was looking for. Boop. That was easy. Might be able to put a key up there. I'm going to trim it a little bit too. I'm going to start, you guys, my series back of craft fair ideas in 2025. In 2023, I did craft fair videos all year long of small projects, you know, that you could make for a craft fair or gifts or whatever. And that's coming back in the new year. I'm really excited about that. Let's see if this one will work. Oh, let me use the pre-cut one as a tester. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just have those two. We'll just do those. Actually, I kind of like this pink one here. I also have another, I'm trying to save it for Craft Roulette. I'm trying to save this announcement for Craft Roulette because I think it would be fun. But I have another announcement for the new year as well. So y'all have to come hang out with me on Friday night and Mary. For this other announcement. Yeah, I think I want this key on here. And we'll put like a ribbon, like the key is tied around the mason jar. I've got lace over off to the side of my desk. I actually have a whole bunch of lace over there, but we could add some, you know, lace to these. Maybe to this one, this color. Now, the only thing about this is that it would extend it past, I should have put it down before I glued down my girl. Because I don't want to go past the size of the card, because if people do put these in like a holder or something, so I'm gonna cut it to the height, and then I think I'll just cut it down the middle of the lace, and that'll work. I'll be able to put a piece on 2 cards, or one on each side of her. Something. We'll work it out. We're gonna work it out. I think I like the lace turned in this way. Yeah, put a little lace on her. Shopping for the thrill of it, Ava. And dumped everything in my cart. Second time I've done that. Oh, you mean you just shop online, add a bunch of things to your cart, and then delete them just for the thrill of shopping? I've heard of lots of people doing that. Just for the thrill of it, like you said. But you already know you're not really gonna buy it, but you're just gonna have fun shopping. It's the discipline of not checking out that is critical in that situation. But that's fun. Okay, so the lace is cute. Who else wants some lace? Girls. Let's see. I didn't get it exactly straight, but I can trim it later. Put some lace underneath the key. Which key to, oh, I think I want the rusty key over here actually. I think I'm gonna throw that key out and I'm just gonna put lace on it. And I think we're gonna put some buttons on it too. And then I have to go soon. I have to work. I know, it doesn't seem right, but it's true. I do. And I have to take my daughter to Ulta today to continue her Christmas. One of the things she wanted was a shopping trip to Ulta. So that's on the agenda. All right, I think these would be really cute with like some buttons. This one needs some twine. Oh boy, my twine got carried off. Let's see, let's see. I don't know if this will be thin enough. Oh, this little heart lace kind of twine. That's really cute. Let's use it. Let me go cut a piece of twine real quick. Funky Doodle stamp and set my texture stamp sets. Yeah, absolutely. You know what? I was totally thinking of doing the same thing, reaching out to the library to see if I could lead a homeschool group for teenagers. It would be like 13 or 14 and up. And it would be a weekly get together at the public library. I just don't know what we would do together. Like what I would want it to be a social hour, basically. Yay, I found some. Look what I found, you guys. I've been looking for this forever. I finally found it. I've been working on my craft room. Let's use this one. I like this soft blue. Let's put that in there. Okay. But yeah, I've totally been thinking of doing my own. Natasha, you got your package. You got your Happy Mail. Yay. I'm so glad. I hope you liked it. I've been saving gnomes for you. I've been saving those gnomes for you. All right. Let's do a band of glue here and glue a piece down so it looks like it's wrapped around. It'd be easier if I didn't leave my glue open the whole time. So we'll do a little band. So it looks like this has been tied around the mason jar. Look, on your ATCs, you can get as fussy or keep it as simple as you like. This may feel a little fussy, but it's going to be cute. I'm going to take the rest, tie it off in a bow. I'm going to glue down this key. This key's on pretty thin paper, but it'll work. Oh, thanks, Flo. I appreciate you always rallying everyone to hit the like button. I need to remember that, I guess, in 2025, because YouTube did make an announcement to its creators that they're going to be weighting our likes more this year. As far as like, they've always done that, but like, as far as sharing your video out with the world, they're going to base it on how many likes you get on your videos going forward. Great. I don't get that many. I know it's not because people, I mean, there might be some people who legitimately don't like it, but you know, people watch from different devices and it's not always easy to like, or they don't have an account so they can't like because they never set up an account. You know, there's a lot of reasons. I'm just using some double-sided tape to adhere this bow down on the key. Then we'll put this little lace down at the bottom. Anyways, thanks, Flo. Announcement. I don't want to miss it. I'll have to get up at 1 a.m. Oh, gosh. Esther, you do not have to get up at 1 a.m., girlfriend. You just catch it the next day, okay? Get your rest, please. I promise. It's more important. And besides, you'll hear the announcement. You can catch the replay. And you'll know. You'll know the no. You do not have to do that. Okay. So cute. And again, you can color her. We could color her with colored pencils, with any number of markers, colored pencils, whatever, crayons, whatever you've got. Let's add some more. Let's see. I wanted to put buttons on these girls. Let's find some cute buttons. Always have to reach over, you guys, for this. I think I need to move my embellishments wall somewhere else. Let's get some buttons. Let's take a look. Just need one, or do we want more than one? Do we want 3? I think we want 3 little buttons. I'm not even going to worry about the colors. Like, that'll be fine. Good. Good, Esther. I'm so happy to hear that. Yes, just watch the replay. Debbie J, hi. How you doing? I hope you and Todd had a Merry Christmas. I'm making ATCs with Masterboard today. I'm almost done. Just decorating a few. We made the Masterboard at the beginning. And then we've just been playing around ever since. Just stamping some things out on napkin and paper. Now we're embellishing. I'm going to throw a sentiment on these and then I'm going to go. Just having fun with scraps. I cleaned out an entire scrap bin and have been really focused on using it up so I can start the new year with one of my scrap bins empty. Okay, so those 3 are good. Let's do something to this one. I don't know what to do to this one. I might just add a sentiment. I kind of like her just like she is. All right, and we already know what sentiment I'm using. I do like the sweet dreams too. Might use that one as well. Okay, so we got our 2 sentiments. Oh, that means it's what, 7:15? No, that's a different alarm. There we go. I'm going to grab these just scraps here that I use for my sentiments. Stamp these up. I think I'll just go ahead and stamp them in black. Debbie, I actually bought this really cool container, and I thought this container is going to be enough to hold all of my scraps. I then had to turn around and buy another one. And now I'm trying to empty some of them out. I'm kind of organized with my scraps, but then kind of not. So we just need 3 of that one. Believe me, I don't think you want me. I'm not the organizing type. Really not. And if I came to your house, Debbie, we would be so busy making a mess together crafting. There's no way we'd be organizing. Let's stamp that again. Try to get it a little straighter. Okay, let me try it again. All right, I'm going to live with it just like that. Okay. Come play, yay, that would be awesome. That would be fun. We'd have a good time. Let me cover some of my glue so I can use them again. All right. I know. I want to go on a Crafty Friends world tour and just go hang out with all my crafty friends. This could go sideways. There's no rules. I think they're going to go on the back though. But that one might go sideways. Or it might go across her dress. There's no rules. I need to clean my craft room for craft roulette because, you know, I have to face the camera. Gosh, that's the hardest part of craft roulette. It's not the card making, it's the facing the camera bit. Anyways, I got a mess behind me, so I've got to do that this week. I've got to clean my background. This is the Sweet Dreams girl. Other than that, I'm ready. I'm ready to see Mary again and hang out. It's so much white. I think I'm going to have to color her up. And then I can put that on there. I got caught up on my comments. I know, Messy Palette. I would. I want to. Australia is on the bucket list. Let's just lightly color her up with some colored pencils. She needs color. I can't just leave her black and white. It doesn't have to be complicated to be cute. We'll make it kind of like soft storybook coloring, you know, like you would see illustrations in a children's book. Make it just soft, easy coloring. I'll give her some pink bows in her hair. I guess her hair is all tied up so it can be curly the next day. And then, let's see, let's give her some kind of bright PJs here. I can't tell what's going on with that belt and stuff, so I'm just gonna color it all one color. That's better. That's better. Give her some little pink socks that match her hair bow. And then I'm gonna color the bottom of her shoe, this dark. I think this is black, yeah. We're just gonna make the bottom of her shoes black, because my brain likes the idea of that. There we go. She's colored up. So easy. Don't have to make it complicated. Okay. And then we can put sweet dreams. And let's edge this with blue. Trying to get the edges mostly and only, but it's a big brush and a small piece of paper, so it's catching a little more than the edges. Yay, Flo, I'm so glad. I can't draw in the same numbers that May can, but I'll invite all my friends and we'll have a good time. Okay, that is cute. That one's done. So that one's done. And then we have this, which I'm kind of tempted. Let me look. Yeah, I think we'll put one of these sentiments across the little girl there. Let's just see if we can fit them on. Let me use this foam tape here. I got too much. Just a little too long. I'm going to ink this one too. Should we color her dress? Now's the time. Put pink in the comments if you think I should color her dress. Thank you. ATCs are a lot of fun. I know pink. All right. Thanks, back in. Hi, girl. I know I say this all the time, but if you're feeling stuck in whatever paper craft you're doing, change your size. So if you're feeling stuck as an A2 card maker, let's give her a maroon dress to kind of match that button. Just make some ATCs. Make some cards in a different size than A2. And I find that it'll help you get unstuck. It'll help you when you go back to the A2 size, or if you're 5x7, make an A2. It'll help you go back to it with kind of a fresh perspective if you change up the size you're making from time to time. I really liked that 4-bar size that we worked with the gnomes. I want to incorporate that back in like regularly into my crafting. I had never made one of those before. Let's color the ruffle a different color, not neon green. Let's just, maybe this blue. Or make her bow blue or something. I'm adding colors to match the buttons. So matchy matchy. Now I'm fully coloring her. I'm not just going to color her dress. I love colored pencils. I know those are supposed to be socks, but I'm just coloring them like that. No, I'll add a little blue. Just keeping it real faint, real light. There we go. And then I'm going to find this, I think we'll use this green as the like the chartreuse kind of button. I'm not doing shading. I'm not doing 4 different colors. I'm not blending. I'm just doing very simple coloring here. Okay, now we can put our sentiment on, which was this one. Let's not do it upside down. Oh, it feels like it would have stuck there to the lace, but I'm going to go ahead and add a little glue just so I know it'll stick to that lace over time. She faced the world with a loving heart. There's that one. Definitely glad we colored her in. Thank you, Beck Ann. And everyone else, Debbie and Jennifer and Beth and Valerie and Vicki. Y'all all knew we should color her up. Oh yeah, we could put the heart up there. There is a little heart. It might be a little big. Let's stamp it on paper and then decide if it goes on or not. Need a bigger piece of scrap paper. I've got it, believe me. We're probably going to end up coloring all these girls at this point, but let's just keep going. Put that there for now. Let's see. How about we do like a maroon heart. This is kind of, it's mulberry. This heart is the perfect size for making like faux, like playing cards. That'd be really cute. Okay. Let's see. See, you can kind of get just lost in the decorating and have so much fun with ATCs. Oh, that needs to go back in my... I don't know if I don't want it necessarily on the hat, but I do kind of like the idea of it being on the card. The top corner or down here. I think I like it right there. Or right there. Well, I think I'm going to put it right there. See, and what you also can do is on the other side, you could just put like a positive quote, a Bible verse, something like that over here, and leave them as random acts of kindness in your grocery store. Give them out around town when you feel inspired to do so. I'm going to leave her green. I'm not going to color her in because I do actually like it without them colored in too. Let's see what color I'll do. I'll do pink. Just touching the edges of these sentiments with these brushes. Oh, it's been so much fun hanging out with y'all today. I will be back again tomorrow. Oh my gosh, there's so many exciting things coming, you guys. I'm real excited. I'm so not a real card maker. I just make a card that fits the image, then make an envelope because I had to buy an envelope maker before I ever made a card. You know what? My friend Cree Rama, I always talk about her. I got a card, a Christmas card in the mail from her the other day, and it was the first card she had ever made. She's been paper crafting for years. She's had her channel as long as I've had mine, paper crafting, but had never made a card before. So it's never too late. And her card was amazing. I loved it. I'm going to put this one on here. And we're going to call it a day. Ooh. I have these little hearts sitting over here that were Happy Mail. Put one of those on this girl. She faced the world with a loving heart, and this heart says love. Yeah, that's happening. Hi, Teresa. I was so honored to get her first card. Yeah, so this is like a ribbon slide. Oh, I guess you know that because it says it right there. But where you just slide a ribbon behind it or in front of it. Let's use this pink lace because I think it's narrow enough. I mean, you don't have to. You could use this without sliding the ribbon behind it, but that's what it's designed to do. We may not slide ribbon like all the way across it or anything. I might just add a little bit. Like that. We could put it here by her dress, but I think I like it up in the corner, just like that. And then we're gonna have this, she faced the world with a loving heart. Oh, that looks done to me. See, I just leave everything on my desk and it makes me a happy crafter because if that was in a box somewhere, I would never remember it. But because it's on my desk and I see it, I'm like, oh, let me put uh, the ribbon slide on here. So we shall do that with some Fabri-Tac. Susan, did this come from you? Didn't you send me these? I can't remember. I almost think it was you that sent me all the metal. Sorry, I should have written it down. Okay. There you go. All right. And now that one's done. So we just played today, but we made 4 ATCs that are fully decorated. Cuteness. And then I have 5 that, you know, if I can find them, they can just hang out in my stash. And the next time I want to decorate ATCs, I can decorate them. Here they are. So we also just have these 5 that are ready to be decorated in some kind of way, and these 4 that are decorated in some kind of way. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Fun way to use up your scraps. We used a whole pile of scraps. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm so glad y'all liked it. I just wanted to play, that's all. Just wanted to play. And these are just precious. They're just so cute. Last night I went over and helped my niece set up her vanity. Sparkle Heart and I did. She got a vanity for Christmas. I think I might have to make her a decoration to go buy them to go at it. And this seems like maybe a good kit to use. I think I'm going to make her a little wall hanging though. Anyways, for another time. It's fun hanging out with you guys. Hey, Nima. How's it going?
Love you.
Bye, babe. Love you. Thanks. Hi, Ann. Hey, Ruth. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday for a little bit in the morning, but mostly I will be on the Craft Roulette channel hanging out with Mary, having some fun. And I hope you guys will come join us. That is at 6:30 Central Standard Time, by the way, on the Craft Roulette channel. I'll be back in the morning and we'll hang out a little bit in the AM too, because I need to get my craft on. I got to get warmed up. I love you guys so much. I hope y'all have a really wonderful day. And I'll see y'all again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.